How are you guys? So, as you guys know, Comic-Con just wrapped up last week, and it brought a lot of, interesting reveals, new stuff that we've seen, and then as well as some stuff that we've already been known to be in production. It was a great weekend. I personally did not go, but I was glued into my Instagram throughout the entire weekend, and I was just blown away by all the things that I saw, and I'm personally excited about a lot of things. So in this video, I'm just gonna kind of give you my thoughts on what I personally had seen and my top picks from Comic-Con. So let's get started. Okay, so starting out, we have a reveal from what's called Jada Toys. Now, they have been showing some Street Fighter stuff, and personally, for me, I'm not a huge Street Fighter fan, and I've played it occasionally, but ultimately, I think that these are really sweet. They're definitely the 1/12 scale, which is a scale that I think most people collect. And the highlight of this is not only the articulation, but it's actually going to be the price point. Now, I'm not sure how true it is, but from what I've seen in comments when I saw these pictures originally leaked, it looks like they will be releasing for about $25 to $30 price range, which I think is pretty amazing if you can get all that articulation for that price point. That's huge. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they can bring to the table. To be honest, I'm not too familiar with Jada. I'm not sure. Never seen anything from them, but from at least the picture I've seen, it looks very promising. Next up on my list is the Mayfax Batman. Now, this is one that I have been waiting for quite a while, and I saw that their SHF had released a version, as well as Mezco, and for me personally, I'm a big fan of Mayfax. I think they've been doing just great stuff. I mean, they've just been killing it lately, but I don't know, the Mezco one looks pretty dope too. But after seeing this, I'm kind of torn. The one thing that really stood out to me the most out of all of these is going to be that unmasked head sculpt. I think that the head sculpt they just absolutely nailed it. It looks spot on to Robert Pattinson, and the fact that they also have bendy wire cape, which is a standard for Mayfax. I'm really looking forward to this. Ultimately, I think this is going to be one that is going to be high up on my list, and even now, I'm still thinking about whether I want to get this or the Mezco, but this Mayfax one is absolutely crazy. And one thing is that I feel like the unmasked head sculpt is actually better than even the masked head sculpt, which is crazy to say. But this one, look at that, has the eye paint and everything like that. It just looks super dope. All right, and to piggyback up on what I was mentioning about Jada Toys as well as the Batman, Jada Toys also showed some upcoming shots of their upcoming Batmobile. Honestly, I'm not sure what scale this is, but this looks absolutely sweet. If it lights up, that's even cooler. I'm excited to see what they can do with this. Personally, I might not cop it, just because I'm really not familiar with the scale or even the price point. But ultimately, I think this is pretty cool, and I'm a big sucker for this particular version of the Batmobile. I just think it looks really dope. So it's definitely something that at least piques my interest going forward. All right, just to talk about this kind of briefly, Mayfax also did show a prototype of their Captain America, and I'm super stoked for this one. I know a lot of people have been giving a lot of praise on I believe it's the Marvel Legends 20th anniversary one, and I think that looks dope too. But this one, I think, knowing what Mayfax brings to the table, I think that they can absolutely nail this one out of the park. Granted, there are going to be some shortcomings as well as QC issues that always seem to plague Mayfax, but ultimately, I think that the sculpt and everything will just be straight crazy. And I know that they recently released a pre-order for their Thor, which looks pretty good too. I definitely like. I ended up pre-ordering that one, but we'll see what happens with that. But ultimately, this I think is gonna be just crazy, and it'll be essential for kind of completing the big three for Marvel. So that's huge. All right, next up is the Revotech Black Panther, and this thing just blew me away. It's such a great choice for Revotech, knowing what they can do, and honestly, I can't believe that I didn't even think about this sooner. But this just makes so much sense. The way the body looks is just insane, and I know it's a body that they've used previously. I'm fairly certain this is the Wolverine body, but my God, these pictures are just insane. So I'm there. I'm on board for this one 100%, and I think this is just a no-brainer to say the least. So I'm definitely excited to see what Revotech can come up with this. So definitely on my list for sure. All right, to round out the import figures, Sentinel actually showcased the last three figures for the Ronin Warriors um, series that they have going on, and these are sweet. I'm a big fan of Ronin Warriors, and it's nice to see that Sai, Kento, as well as the Armor of Inferno have finally been kind of showcased. I know that they recently showed, or at least had a pre-order up for the Armor of Inferno, but definitely Sai and Kento were the last two that we needed to kind of round out our team. I have still yet to get Rowan of the Strata, so gotta kind of backtrack and get those. But these are, if you're not getting on these, then I would recommend doing so. I think that these will definitely increase in value as well. I mean, easily Ryo, the Wildfire, can go for anywhere between like maybe 400. So I would definitely recommend at least trying your hand at these. I think you'll definitely be, at the very least, satisfied with what you get. So I'm definitely looking forward to kind of hopefully finishing out the team on. All right, start off with more domestic lines. We have Hasbro revealing their Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends 3-pack. Ultimately, this 3-pack is it's kind of a hit and a miss for me. There's some things I do and some things I don't like. One of the things that I'm not really a fan of, or I guess I'm a fan, it depends on how you look at it. I'm not a fan of the Iceman. Now, it's cool that it looks like they're using the pizza Spidey body mold, which is dope. But I'm just not a fan of how it looks cel-shaded, right? You have the different kind of, like the lighter blues, and then like the dark hues to represent that kind of cel-shaded animated look. I'm a big fan of Iceman. I think that looks dope, but again, why they went with that, I get why they made that decision, but with the other figures in this wave, or at least this set, it kind of just throws off the look because none of them have that kind of cel-shaded animated look. But another thing that I'm not really a big fan of is that, but I get why they're doing it, is they're also using the new kind of updated Spidey body mold with the toe pivot, or the toe bend. So, I mean, that's a great mold, and I don't fault them for using it. I know a lot of people are kind of jumping on that 2-pack. So, I mean, it is what it is. They're going to get their burn from it regardless. And Firestar, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Firestar. The only thing I know about Firestar is actually from the show itself. But yeah, I did grow up watching that show. So, I mean, it is pretty cool at least have something from, that I can relate to. But I know that most of these are pretty much just re-releases as well. So, aside from the kind of updated Iceman, which not really is an update, ultimately I think you could really pass up on these three. But I'm still on the fence, so I'll see how I feel as time. Next up for the Marvel Legends releases, they released pictures of their upcoming Sentry. Now, this figure looks pretty dope. I'm a big fan of the head sculpt. To be quite honest, I'm not really a huge fan of the character. I remember being introduced to the character when I started reading New Avengers back in the day, and that was a while ago. So I actually started rereading it just to kind of refamiliarize myself with the character, but ultimately, I'm a really big fan of that head sculpt. I love the kind of the way it's supposed to be flowing in the wind. So it's definitely a good look, and I'm excited to see what other characters they can bring to the table. And for me personally, I'm still looking forward to a Luke Cage, and I hope maybe this might be an indication that we could possibly get one down the line. So one thing that I am super excited about that just blew my mind was that there was speculation that there was going to be an upcoming HasLab, which was rumored to be Ghost Rider, based on, I believe, his 50th anniversary. And I believe it was this past week, Hasbro actually did announce that a HasLab based on Ghost Rider is coming. Now, we're not sure as to whether it's going to be Robbie Reyes or maybe it might be a Johnny Blaze, but I am 1,000% on board. Whatever they come up with, I think it's absolutely going to just blow everybody away. I think it's something that, we've all been kind of waiting for. And I think if they're going to do a Robbie Reyes, I think this would be the perfect opportunity to do so. I think that they with the HasLab, they can just do so many crazy things, and I've actually been kind of speculating on myself as to what kind of tiers could be. My hope is that they come up with like a bendy chain. Definitely, I'm assuming they're gonna definitely do some type of light up effects, maybe some light up fire, but also I think it'd be sweet to have maybe like some type of a base, right? Something more for like a collector as well, right? Whether you want to use it for photography or if you just want to keep it displayed, I think that would be just crazy. But like I said, I am 100% down whether it's Robbie Reyes or Johnny Blaze. As long as it's Ghost Rider, I am in. So that's definitely one of my most look forward to moments from this Comic-Con. All right, to kind of round out my thoughts on the Hasbro reveals, they also did release a Heralds of Galactus 2-pack with Terax and the name is escaping me at the moment, but the other Fire Herald of Galactus. I think Terax is one that I was looking forward to, because I know that when I think they came out with Terax, it was when Marvel Legends was kind of making a comeback. It came back into the fold, and yeah, I mean, ever since then we've been waiting for one, and I have to say I have mixed feelings about this just based on the comments that I've seen. Some people are saying that this is the exact same mold as the one that was released about 11 years ago with the, I believe it was the Y joints. And if that's the case, I mean, for 11 years to just kind of re-release it with maybe some updated paint apps, I mean, that's just, for the lack of a better word, kind of lazy. I expected them to really kind of just do something different and give us something new, but ultimately it's kind of too early to make a decision. Some people are saying it is, some people are saying it's not, and it's updated, at least the joint wise. It's updated. I know that, especially in terms of the joints, we've been getting the seamless, pinless joints, so to see that this still has the pins is also kind of a red flag, right? That is a little more indication that it may not be a new body mold, and it in fact may be just a repaint. I was looking forward to it. Will I cop it? I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely think Terax is a cool villain. And I think that if you guys back the Galactus HasLab, then you would definitely, it'd be nice to get these two to kind of round out the Heralds, right? So we'll see what happens with this. But I'll probably honestly just sit on this one for a while until I, starts coming out. Then I'll kind of wait to formulate my thoughts. But I definitely think Terax is definitely going to be one of the two that I'm, at least more interested in out of the two available. So yeah, that's my thoughts so far. Thank you guys for watching. I know I wasn't really able to cover most of the stuff, but these were just some of the things that kind of piqued my interest. There was also additional stuff, but I was just trying to enjoy everything that I had seen, and some stuff was interesting, some stuff was new, but ultimately, I'm just looking forward to seeing what else we can. New York Comic Con was also kind of around the corner, so to speak. So who knows what that'll also bring. So it was definitely a lot of good reveals so far. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and please rate, comment, subscribe, like my videos, and for more food, fashion, and figures, stay tuned to the channel. Bye bye.